Everybody, sorry we're starting half an hour late tonight, but welcome to the show. I am your host, Zach Keenan, and with me today is Steve Quillisi and Chris Goodwin. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself. Everybody knows me. I'm the host. Everybody knows Steve. He sits here, but awesome. Nobody is. You're up and coming.
All right. So
yeah.
Chris Goodwin, as I said, creator of Gnome Dash, the most fun game out there right now for the mobile platform. But I'm just a mobile game developer. I make games. I do the coding, the art, the music, all that fun stuff, and I just relax. And pretty much I'm in my underwear all day long.
That sounds great.
It does seem glamorous, but it gets old after a while. But anyways, so that's what I do. I just make games,
Fun. And you've been doing that for how long, you said?
For 3 years. Well, so 3 years ago, I was sitting on the toilet, pooping, doing my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've been there.
That's when I do my mobile game.
I think we've all been there.
Yes.
We know how it is down in the dumps. You know what I mean?
I do.
Anyway, whatever that means.
I do.
But yeah.
So I'm there playing, right?
Right.
And playing and praying. And then I couldn't find a good game. I just couldn't find any more good games. I was like, where's the fun? Where's the adventure? Where's the excitement? And these games, they didn't hold up to the standard that I had before. With all the old games, the Marios, Contras,
right.
Zeldas, all these, epic games. It was just like, okay, these are very one-dimensional for the most part.
Right.
And so I made a change. I was like, right then, I was like, you know what? I want to make a game. And if you have just a little change, it can go, day 1, day 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just grows. And so
right.
I just had that thought, and it took hold of me, and that was the beginning of, I want to make a game.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I've played your game, and it is extremely fun.
Good
so to all the viewers out there, you should totally check out Gnome Dash. It is a blast. Cool. So on that note, Aaron, do you have any special advice for other dads that want to make a game? What's the first step in starting that process?
Great question. Okay, so it took about 3 years to make Gnome Dash,
mm-hmm.
and the first of the 3 years mainly was spent just learning, figuring out. Okay, well, I need to figure out more coding because I was a web developer previously, so I was able to adapt some skills, and that helped a little bit. The art, I had no art background. That was mostly doodling in class. If the teachers caught me, I'd be, that was my art. And then the music, I played guitar and stuff, but I ended up learning a lot of different instruments for the village atmosphere, the congos and cajoons when I eventually decided on Gnome Dash. But I started learning those things in my free time, watching YouTube videos, reading a ton, which is something I just love doing. Not. And then but I pushed through it because again I made that change and I stuck to it. It was a mental focus that it took me out the other side. And then I after about a year of doing that, then I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to make a game.
Right.
And so I was like, what am I gonna make? What kind of game am I gonna make? So my initial thought was Secrets of the Tastiest Guitar Licks Ever. And this would be like an open world adventure where you'd run around and you'd find these past spoofs of rock gods, and you'd have to beat them to acquire their skill or ability. And you'd get stronger, and you could have different battle axes and guitars and powers that you would use and stuff, and that would be so much fun to do the music for.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm really looking forward to that. But anyways, that's a future project.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I need something more easier, smaller project, something that I could do as my first game.
First one, yeah.
Not this extreme thing. So I looked at games that I liked on the platform, like Jetpack Joyride.
Right.
And games like that, I was like, I really like this game. I put a lot of time into it, so let's just make a game something like that. That was the goal, just something like that. And then, after about a year, or the second year of that year, so now we're on, after 2 years of the 3, I then said, okay, now I need, it's ready. I could put it out, but then I learned so much more.
Right.
That my imagination, I said, I can make this so much more. I can make this better. So I didn't want to stop there, but I saw that it was almost to that level of Jetpack Joyride. And so I quit all my side projects I was doing, which, again, I was doing this all kind of in my free time and spare time or making time.
Yeah. And
then I cut the cord and said, it'll take me a few more months to do this. Fast forward a whole another year of doing everything. But, again, the coding, the art, which I ended up doing like pencil and paper, but I tried so many different things to see what would work.
Yeah.
The music, I went to Guitar Center, just had like a shopping spree, and then got home and I had to tell my wife, like, you know, like, by the way, honey.
Can you help me bring in groceries?
Hey, we can't buy any more food for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, buying instruments. Like, okay, no problem. Like 20 instruments. I'm just like, what, 20?
What? 20?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I'm telling you, like, cajoons, bongos,
Wow.
wooden blocks, sticks, flutes. I mean, I have look, there's a flute right here. This is it's called a tin flute. And so what got me onto this was they use it in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And so I was like, I really want to have that village sound. And so I was like, screw it, let's do this.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty magical.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So, you know, I just started doing all those things. And then, you know, 3 years is up. And, you know, I released it. And at the end of all that, the magical end, it came out to be 700 individual, like, hand-drawn images.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, I scanned in and put in Illustrator, then colored in Photoshop, and did that whole thing. The music came out to be about 22 original songs, and 25 instruments is what I ended up playing. But that was the most fun. For me, that was the most fun part. And then you had the coding, which came out to be like 1.5 Harry Potter books. It was just like gaggle of writing. But if you do a little bit a day, you know, 1,000, then you just keep going every day. It just adds up. So, enter the world of Gnome Dash.
Wow.
Wait, here, guys. I brought these right here for you. Throw these on.
I'm not putting one of those on.
You kind of already got it.
I'm already good to go.
Yeah,
I just gotta get a grade.
I like it.
But it is a fun game though, for sure. And I will say, I think my favorite part about it is definitely what you said. Is that like you can tell it. There's like a hand touch to it. Like all the drawings, all like the art and everything, and music is very.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a copy thing. Like at all.
I feel like you can take everything I say serious when I wear this. Guys, you know I would not lie to you.
There you go. See? Steve for
well,
president.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. Gnome Dash, iOS and Android, right?
Yes, and Amazon.
Oh, and Amazon. That's right. Amazon, too. Cool. All right, well, let's move on. Our next segment is news and things we've been doing in our free time. So, Steve, why don't you go ahead and start us off? What have you been doing, and what kind of news has interested you over the last week or so?
Well, it was news. Now it's kind of past news, but it's still news to me because Deus Ex came out yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Which is news to me, but it's not really current
To
news.
anybody else.
So I'm probably going to go buy that game tomorrow because I've been waiting for that game to come out, but since I don't check dates ever, I didn't realize it was out.
Okay.
On my free time...
Have you played any of the Deus Exes? Have you played any of the Deus Ex games?
No.
I played the last one and beat it. I mean, it took me a while, but I beat it. I liked it. I like that kind of game, though. It's a kind of a...
It's like stealthy, but like action-y, right?
Yeah, you can kind of go in between. You can kind of
choose. Like a Metal Gear?
Yeah. It's not near as on the same level, though.
Okay.
It's... As far as gameplay, like, it won't feel near as good, I don't think, as Metal Gear would.
Right.
But as far as, like, story and the choices you can make, that's where they kind of make up for it. Because you can make a lot more choices. Like, it's dialogue. You can pick what you're going to... How you're going to... what your answers are going to be, like Mass Effect.
Kind of like those old books where you could like read through and turn to page 43.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more dialogue driven, kind of like Mass Effect or Fallout.
Okay.
More like that.
Okay.
But with more espionage, kind of, that kind of stuff.
I would always get eaten by the monster.
Yeah.
I would always get eaten.
Get to the
No
end.
matter what I do, I die!
And I never
You wrote this, J.R.R. Martin?
Right, I've read the book like 10 times. I'm still turning to that page. I'm like, this time it'll
George
be different.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
Still dead.
No.
See, yeah, Deus Ex has always been one of those games that I've always been, like, wanting to try, but just really haven't had a chance. But other than that, what else?
As far as what I've been doing on my free time, if I'm playing any video games, I'm mostly been playing Battleborn with my brother and testing my patience. I've never really been that guy that gets so frustrated where you have to hold back the angry phrases that could come out of your mouth.
Right.
But that game really makes you want to start doing that. I mean, because it's so fun, but so frustrating at the same time.
And to be fair, that's why I've stopped playing Battleborn.
But
Sounds like you're talking about my wife.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It's a
Oh,
really
man.
there's so much in it. You keep coming back for more, but
Well, if you need a place to stay, just give me a call. Chris got kicked out.
no. Battleborn and Overwatch. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch too. So
Yeah, Overwatch. You know, every day that goes by, every Battleborn match that I play, I think to myself, I'm just gonna get Overwatch.
yeah. Well, here's the way I see it. I actually think on a technical level of like what has more like I don't know more competitive or like when you each kill that you get feels better in Battleborn, right?
Yeah.
I think the overall like the concept of
Yeah.
the main
Well,
incursion.
you work so hard
Yeah.
for your kills in Battleborn.
And then how you level up and you start at level 1 and go to level 10. All of that, I think, is what brings me back to Battleborn,
Right.
where Overwatch has a more casual feel, but it's way more rounded and not as frustrating. Because you can lose in that game and you don't
Yeah.
get mad at anybody.
Right.
You can die over and over in that game and you
Right.
don't blame anyone else. It's just
Yeah.
it's just casual fun.
Have you had a chance to play Overwatch?
Overwatch. I overlooked that one.
Did you?
Nice. I see what you did there. Oh man.
Yeah. But those are pretty much 2 games I've been playing when I'm online. So.
That's cool. What are you, bud? Chris?
Oh, I've been playing. So, going old school. I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
that
the
game is so
PlayStation
good.
1.
That game is so good.
Have never beat it before. Music. If you haven't played it, if you haven't beat
That
it,
game is so worth going back and playing through.
yes,
Oh, man.
absolutely. The music is amazing. The art.
Yes.
It's one of those games where
Yes.
it's like they create these mechanics and these different things, and they only use it like once. You know,
Right.
that's when you know it's a good game. Is when you're going through all these different areas, and you're like, I haven't seen this before. I need to adapt and
Yeah.
learn to it. And that's what I really like about games. So I've been playing that, and then when I'm on the Poopa, I've been playing Leap Day. That one's
Leap Day.
one I'd highly recommend. Each day is a new level.
Oh, cool.
So it's the same basic structure. You're in kind of it's an endless runner, so to speak, kind of, but you're going up. So you're kind of vertically going up,
kind
up,
of
up.
like Pappy Jump or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like that, but
Just like that.
but it's just so much fun, and it's one I've been pooping to.
Leap Day. I'm totally gonna check that game.
I
Is
like
that
that.
Is that a free game or is that a
Free.
It's the one you've been
Awesome.
pooping to.
Yeah, that's what I've been pooping to. Oh, and it's by a company called Nitron, which they have amazing games. It's like they're like a Capcom almost, but for mobile
Oh.
games, and they have some great games.
Nitron.
Check them out.
Okay. Speaking of mobile games, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but have you ever played Monument Valley?
Well, no, I haven't played any of these games you guys are talking about.
Bro, so Monument Valley, like, I'll have to show you maybe after the show, but, like, I think it was, like, a free download on iOS, like, months ago, and before that it was, like, a $3 game,
Yeah.
so I'm like, sure, I'll try it, it's free. Played it, I'm like, this game is totally worth the $3. Like, I beat it in, like, a day, and then I bought the expansion for, like, $1 or whatever it was, and then played through that, like, in the next day, and like, I'll still go back and play through those levels again. It was, like, if you want to talk
Awesome,
about
man.
art and this, like, sound and, like, clever puzzle design,
Yeah.
Monument Valley.
Cool.
All the way. Yeah, check that one out. But other than that, I've been playing through, I actually kind of splurged a little bit and bought a few other games. I bought Fire Emblem Fate's Birthright for my 3DS. So, I don't know if you've had a chance to play that. It changed. I like that shirt.
I thought we were changing shirts.
Yeah.
Like we're in different segments and we're
We
changing
should
shirts.
have. We should have.
Just so that
Next
they
time.
know how to keep
Get the
Yeah,
where to
so we
go.
know, right?
Okay.
Fire Emblem Fates is crazy. So my story with that was that actually I originally started on hard because
Huh.
it gives you 3 difficulty levels. It gives you normal, hard, and then like lunatic or whatever. So I know Birthright is the one they bought. It's supposed to be easier than Conquest. So I was like, well, I'm no noob to this franchise. I can play this
Right.
game on hard. Nope, couldn't get past the 3rd level. And I keep the permadeath on because if I turn the permadeath off, I feel like a wuss. So it was extremely hard for me to just go down a level to normal,
So
which I
you
did,
became
and now
a
I'm on the
wuss.
5th level.
So you had to become a. Yes.
I did.
Okay.
But I kept the permadeath on.
So next time you'll be on easy. Next time we talk.
There is no easy. That's the thing. Normal is the easy. So I was like,
Normal's the new easy.
I was telling my wife, I was like, well, don't play it on easy. Just play it on normal. I'm like, normal is the easy. It says in the description, this is for beginners. I was like, I'm not a beginner, but this game is kicking my butt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
I just really suck at Fire Emblem. But it's a really fun game. I've really been enjoying that.
Yeah.
I've also been playing through Inside, which we'll get into later in our review.
Oh yeah.
But as far as like old school games been going, I've been still working my way through Pokemon Blue, and you bought the new
Yeah, but
the new old
I already
Pokemon.
I spent too much time playing it and already.
Question, for Pokemon Blue, do you still have to walk around outside?
No, this is old school, so you can sit.
Oh,
Yes,
very
Like
interesting.
traditional
Yeah.
It's
gaming,
revolutionary.
non-augmented in any way.
Yes.
Not an augmented reality.
Yes.
Sounds like you're getting fat to me.
Excuse me?
Maybe I am, okay? But at least I'm happy.
You play games in the sitting position?
Now,
So
that's-
retro.
Now you're a weakling. Now you drop down.
Retro gaming is just a game you
Yeah.
play when you sit.
A Game Boy?
Or
You mean a fat boy?
Fat
Who
boy.
plays that?
Fat 3D fat boy. No, but that game has been really fun. It's such a grind. I always forget how grindy Pokemon is.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
A
all.
lot older games.
Oh,
That's
man.
all a game is in most games. I mean, even like look at Destiny. It was the most played game of 2015. That's nothing but a grind. I mean, it's fun. Grind.
It really is nothing but a grind. It gets so
I was
old.
really into trying to get all the exotic weapons.
Yeah.
That really got me.
Yeah.
I was hooked. Look what I got! And
I
then you
could
go to
care
the new
less.
one, and you're like, look what I got!
My
and it's
favorite.
on the new one.
Yep. You finally get the Galahorn, and like, yeah, they nerfed it.
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, in the news realm, did any of you guys see that they're making a new Metal Gear game?
No.
No, I would have missed that one.
Yeah. Kojima is not attached to the title,
Really?
which is, I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the trailer, but it looks like Kojima's style. So I don't know if he had a hand in it before they let him go, but it's called Metal Gear Survive, and it just don't play, just don't
No.
make any more Metal Gear games.
Okay.
If Kojima's not in the picture anymore, why bother?
So what is the plan with it then?
It's supposed to be I think that they're releasing it as a $30 game. Like, literally, once they announced it, they're like, don't worry, it's not going to be full price. It's going to be $30. Settle down.
$30, that's like as much as an arcade game is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk in, swipe your credit card, please.
Yeah, I know. And that's, but to that point, though, it is more arcadey. Like, it's like, you're basically same type of feel as like any other Metal Gear game, but you're just fighting off waves of zombies.
Okay.
Okay.
Which, why? Why in Metal Gear? Why not just call it? I think they would
Is
have
it
had
just one of those things where they're trying to use the name to make the,
I
make
think
sales?
so. They probably would have done a better job with this game if they just would have been like, "Hey, it's whatever, and it's got zombies in it, and this is how it looks." And people would be like, "That looks like Metal Gear. I play that." You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
probably what would happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's kind of been all my news. I mean, like Xbox One S still's got me thinking about it. Every time I see it, I'm like, man, that's a sexy looking console.
Is that why that's what the S stands for?
Sexy? Yeah,
Sexy.
that's
Okay.
exactly what it stands
the new
for.
sexy model.
We got the sexy model.
They're like, you know what we need? The one thing this is missing? It needs to be sexy.
Yeah.
That'll fix it.
You're right.
Slap an S on it.
You know, they say sex sells, so you put an S on a console.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Sex does sell.
But anyway, moving on. Next segment, let's talk about our review of Inside. So, Chris, you got a chance to kind of check it out a little bit today. We've all
I
played
did.
it a little bit today.
All right, so Inside, my take on it.
Give us your inside scoop.
Yeah,
Oh,
give us
I'll
the inside scoop on Inside, Chris.
I'll give you the outside take on my
Yeah.
inside scoop.
There you go.
All right, so it off the bat it's again made by the guy that did Limbo, so it's very kind of somewhat similar to Limbo. The controls. Oh, actually, okay. Let's talk about the things I just love. The art
Oh,
in
yeah.
it is amazing.
Outstanding.
It's like you're playing a moving painting almost.
Right.
In some things.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
It's a platformer, so you're side scroller, but with how they do the 3D, it doesn't really feel so much like a platformer.
Yeah,
But it still plays well like a platformer.
yeah.
The music part of it, there wasn't much music, but that opened it up to all the ambience.
Right.
And so it opened it up to all these cool films because you are outside sometimes and you go, it's a lot of nature in it. So that was cool about it. What do you guys think?
Oh, man. So, yeah, number one, the first thing you know is playing this game is totally the art. So it's like the game opens up, just ambiance. There's not a whole lot of music in it, and they don't explain anything. So, like, you're kind of like, wow, this game looks good. But then I felt myself, like, being gripped just by the second you're playing as, like, a little boy, and you're, like, don't know what the crap is going on. And you're just running through some dark woods, trying to run away from some, like, police or something. And I just remember feeling the entire time sitting there on the edge of my seat, basically, wondering what was going to happen next.
Yeah, it's stressed out. The game
Yeah.
stresses you out.
It really does.
If you're looking for a de-stressor, don't play inside.
Yeah, it's weird. And also don't play it in front of your kids either. Like, it looks beautiful and everything, but my word, those deaths are gruesome.
Yeah. One thing I actually liked about it, what I noticed right away, was the lack of a tutorial. And I actually like that because I hate tutorials. I hate any game that you go to play, and it takes 30 minutes for them to explain what to do when I can figure out on my own in 5 minutes by just messing around with stuff.
Okay, a button jumps, the left stick moves.
Yeah. But I mean, in this game, even with you can move things, and and they go back and forth, and I didn't have to sit there and point at it and say, try moving it. It just lets you figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for like a Real Housewives of Orange County type of game where you don't have to think, this is not it.
Yeah.
This does not make this you're in for the
play
brain.
Pokemon Blue.
Right, yeah, go play Pokemon Blue. Yeah, oh man, but the thing, I go back and forth on this, okay? The game's like $20, which is, as dads, I mean, we don't got like just like $20 to throw down on a game.
That's still $20 alert.
Yeah.
$20 alert.
So I'm like, but by the time I beat it though, I was like, the game feels like a $20 game.
$20 alert. $20 alert.
Every time you say it.
Oh gosh. So, but I felt so yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Thanks to your tambourine. Derailed. You got one for derailed? But
nobody asked for a $20 alert.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like if you're looking for a really good game, like I felt like it's about Brothers. Have you ever played Brothers: Tale of Two Sons?
No, I watched some videos on it though.
Okay, so that game was equally as good. I gave that game a 10 out of 10.
Is that made
For
by
sure.
someone different?
No, I forgot who did that one. Is that Double Fine? No, it's not Double Fine.
You know, for a person like me though, because I am more ADHD type,
Yeah.
and I like more fast-paced things, this game was a little snoozy for me, in times, if you want to get down to it. And so, it wasn't, for me, again, the ambience, everything like that, again, it's amazing. And I love it when I'm in the right mindset.
Yeah.
But for me, I like cracked out games where you just blasted everything, and all of a sudden you don't even know how you die.
True. The game is very puzzle-based, very stop and think of what you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a very good point. Yeah, because it's by the time you get to the end, you're still kind of clueless as to what's going on. But I don't know. You felt like a weird sense of accomplishment. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Because you went on a journey. The good things it does very well is it tells the story.
Yeah.
And there's a whole nother immersion when it's up to you to figure it out.
Right.
When there is no music, it's ambience. There's a whole nother level of immersion within the game. And it does that very well. So.
Yeah. It does. Totally true. So so as a dad, I'd say get it. If you're looking for a fresh, good, fun platformer, totally worth $20. If you can, there it is. Otherwise, wait for it to go on sale on holidays.
Yeah.
It'll go on sale for like $5.
Planning on doing is I'll probably end up getting it, but I'll wait until it goes down a little bit.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so is that? And you got
Are we on to the next segment?
We are. Yeah. There we go. New segment. For the next part, we're gonna be this is gonna be some discussion on work-life balance. So, Steve, go ahead and start us off.
All right,
While
talking
Chris is
about
transitioning into the next segment.
Our work life or balancing. Welcome back.
Save the narwhals.
Yeah.
Hey, those things are real.
That's exactly why I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
I thought they were mythological creatures until I saw one on TV.
If it's on a shirt, it's real.
It's real. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
If it's on TV, it's
true.
real.
Yeah.
And if it's on the news, it's right.
Right.
So.
I used to get in trouble all the time for high school. Wear the shirt that says "must be this tall to ride." Have you seen those before? Yeah, you can't wear those at high school.
So you're a police officer, which means that your time is way different than a guy that works at 9 to 5.
Well, I'm scheduled to work 170 hours a month, but that doesn't count for overtime, which I can get anywhere from 30 hours to 5 hours. It just depends a month. But I work graveyard, so my schedule is all flipped upside down, and I work 5 days a week and get 3 days off, which means my days off are always changing.
Right.
So it's really hard to plan anything. And then I work opposite as my wife. She works days, I work nights. Right. So so during the day we have to have someone babysit our child. So it does make it difficult to balance all of this together. So usually I get up at around, I get off of work at 7. I get home. I go to sleep at about 8 in the morning or 8:30. I try to get up by 3, and then get dressed, get ready, go pick up my daughter, bring her home, spend time with her then. And I don't really even try to play video games usually at that point. I'm usually just hanging out with her. My wife gets home at about 5:30, and then that's where our family time goes. And then when I really sit down, if I just play for a long time, it's usually late at night when I can't sleep on my days off.
Yeah.
When my wife goes to bed at, let's say, 10, 9:30, that's where I play video games. Usually during the day, so I can spend time with my kids. Or my family. I don't even try to play during the day. So.
Okay. What about you, man?
Yeah, for me, I have a rule with like the balance. It's like the cell phone goes off.
Okay.
You know, so I just make sure that you're there for them. You got to be present. I think that's the main thing. You got to be present, because if you're not present, then where are you?
Yeah.
When you're off creating Gnome Dash, which that was there at time. It was really though, when I was creating, I made a conscious choice to, in a way, kind of spend more time on that and slightly less time with them, because you have to make sacrifices to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cell phone off. That's a rule I have.
Okay.
Especially nighttime too.
Yeah.
It goes off. Or goes in the toilet.
Goes in the toilet.
That's what I tell my 3-year-old daughter, who has a cell phone, and my 1-year-old son. He has an old flip phone. He doesn't play games on it. That's no big deal.
Yeah. For me, I'm kind of like, I work from like 8. I usually start working around 8, whether it's either at home or at the office, and then I'm back at around hopefully 5, sometimes 6, unless I'm doing unless work goes longer. Sometimes I have to work till like 7 or whatever. But no matter what, first thing I do when I get home is I just do whatever I can with my kids. That's probably
put them straight to bed.
Yeah. Or if Amanda's tired or anything like that, I'm like, okay, that's when needs to be cleaned up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to make sure that when I'm here, I'm actually not just sitting down on the couch. Although I do just sometimes, and I'm exhausted, and we'll just sit down on the couch
and play inside.
Amanda gets really angry, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do the dishes.
That makes everything better.
Yeah,
Okay,
dishes.
fine, I'll be helpful.
Dishes, mending marriages, relationships. It's dishes. Since dishes.
Dishes. He said you're talking about dishes.
But we'll put them to bed, because one of the major things my kids like to do is to watch live music on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the major things. So if they want literally, I'll walk through the door and Cadence, my 1.5-year-old, will be like, music, song. And I'm like, okay. So,
that's awesome.
Let me get some water.
My kids like to watch the stupidest thing, little kids unwrapping presents from the store or something, or just standing there with a wig on talking. It makes no sense. It's okay. Phone off. That's,
all right.
Let's see. This serves no purpose.
Yeah.
So actually, I had a Gnome Dash puzzle made, and so
oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a 50-piece Gnome Dash puzzle. Oh yeah, what's this guy? Boom! I had a doll made. They love this.
See, I want one of those. See, that's super cool though.
Impressive.
Yeah. It happens.
This is how I usually sit with my daughter at home.
See, now, we should practice. We should do I'll usually have one kid. I need 2 of these because I'll put one of them here.
Where's
the
other
one? The other one will be here.
Right
here?
Yeah,
Please.
Like this?
Right,
okay.
So you'd be like my 2-year-old or my 3-year-old.
And where would Amanda sit?
Yeah, I can't get out of here.
I don't have any room at that point.
She can sit over there.
But there you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's I hang out rule number 1 is just do whatever your kids want to do. That's the toughest thing. Is to get past yourself, for me at least, is to get past myself and just be like, okay, fine, I'm exhausted, but if you want to read Green Eggs and Ham for the 20th time
in a row,
in the last hour.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you too, making games, it's it's energy, it's new energy, it's inspiration, it's a new perspective on just everything, because when you do make games, you ultimately have to go back to that place of just pure fun.
Yeah.
And just, I don't care. Just do it.
Any comments? I wonder if we got 8 comments.
Oh, and let's check out our comments right now.
We're going to our comments.
Let's see what we've got going. Let's respond to you guys. Sorry, we've
section.
been ignoring your comments, but this is actually, it's a comment section.
Yes, we're going to go
Comment
to
section.
comments. Hold up.
Hey.
Let me check my
it's
phone.
Taco Tuesday over here.
Here we go.
You guys like Mexican food?
Yeah, Mexicans all right.
Mexicans is alright.
Mexicans is all right.
Alright. Yeah, we back. Welcome to the Freak Show.
8 comments, guys. Okay, so
Let's do this.
So you're checking them on
It's
Facebook.
the comment section
good.
of our
Justin
show.
Let's see here.
You want to play? Come on over here. You can play some. Let's play the guitar together.
Is this a new topic? New shirt
Okay.
time. Prop me up. Raffle. Haha. Devin George. Oh, that's from Devin. Nico says he likes your shirt, Steve.
I like it too.
What?
It is a nice shirt.
My wife bought it for me, so I have to like it.
I know, he's worn like 3 different shirts,
It's okay.
and
I see you
4 different shirts.
You gotta be a man to stick to a shirt.
you do.
I can just have my wardrobe.
David wishes your neck was longer.
Which neck?
My neck?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I've always wished the same thing because it's hard to see over fences. I'm like right there, so I'm just like.
See, I wish any part of me was longer.
Wait, hold on.
Whatever that means.
Don't make me choke.
Goods you can read.
Yes.
I can read.
I can read
goods. I can spell goods too.
Yes. But yeah, I'm puzzling over what that question means. Goods you can read? Books you can read?
Oh no, because I had this down here and he saw me reading it.
Oh.
We had little notes, and so
Yeah,
I think that's what he meant.
Yep.
You can read
I do not have this live segment memorized, okay?
papers.
I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. One new comment. Brandon wants to know if you can play a song from the game.
Oh, all right.
Go for it.
Let's see.
Play it up. Do you need some space? We can give you some space.
Give me some space.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
As much as you want.
So this is a classical guitar, nylon strings. Let's see. Let's play Neumann's Shop. So if you download the game and you go to Neumann's, which pops up in the game over, or if you're on the main, you just pop open the side. But this is the shop song. It goes a little something like this. Of course, I layered some other instruments, but here we go.
Okay.
Is that how it's played too?
Exactly.
With the bass?
That's exactly what Neumann does.
That's how I
okay,
recorded it. So that's
Dope.
Neumann's Shop. Let's see. Pink Buzz. That's like the mini game in there.
That honestly is actually my favorite part of that sneaking game.
Yeah.
I'll play Pink Buzz for days.
Awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Cool. So this one had like a mandolin on it and some other things, but the main guitar part was. Talk amongst yourselves, boys.
It's almost like I feel like I should be tapping something right now.
Join in. We should hit. Oh, look, we've got instruments, guys. Come
Oh, man, I
on.
play a mean tambourine.
Get with it. You wanna flute it?
Uh,
Get on there. I don't have it. I don't have
Get
any
on
germs.
there.
I don't have any
No,
germs
I'll just pretend.
that you can contract
I'll play
through the
the-
mouth.
Yeah, that's how you play it. Then you
Let's
blow,
go.
You blow into this hole right here. Okay.
Is that how it is?
There we go.
You need more cowbell.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Sing.
Oh yeah, getting it.
Play Gnome Dash, download Gnome Dash, download Gnome Dash, and play it.
Oh, man. Cool.
Cool. Thanks, Brandon. That was a good request.
So yeah, that ends our. So unless anybody has any other comments or questions out there. Ugh. Any comments?
I think we nailed it, boys.
I think that was about it, guys. I feel great. I feel great about this
I feel
segment.
amazing.
But yeah, so that about concludes it. If you guys want, be sure to check us out on social media. Like our page, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or even on Twitch as well. Sometimes either Steve and I will get on there and stream Overwatch or something. It's pretty fun.
You guys would
Totally
be
rad.
impressed if I do that.
We have to be totally impressed.
I'll show you.
We can hear you rage over Battleborn.
Well, I won't wear my mic.
But yeah, sometimes I'll get down on Destiny. I usually play like single player games. If you want to play any games with me in particular, my gamer tag on there is Zech, Z-E-C-H Almighty, A-L-M-I-T-E-Y. And yeah, let's get down on some games. Let me know. Other than that, be sure to check us out. Oh, we're also on iTunes as well, and Google Play Store.
You're all
And
over the
SoundCloud.
place.
Anywhere where there could be something uploaded to, almost, we'll be there.
Just open up the internet and type in Pink Giraffe, and you might
You'll
find
find
it.
it.
Boom! Right there. That's us.
It'll be the first thing.
Yep, number one. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a great week.